Today we have the individual apparatus finals, in which the top 8 gymnasts on each apparatus from the team competition will compete for the individual apparatus gold. And Kathy Johnson, this promises to be a very, very exciting day.
We are in for an incredible competition. In fact, all the top performers in every event are coming in with 9 nines or better, so it's going to take near perfection to take a medal. The Soviets will be the standouts again, but there are some highlights from some of the other countries, so it will be a well-rounded competition.
Okay, Bart Connor, as far as the United States is concerned, we could very well walk away with a medal today.
Well, we have some high hopes, I'll tell you. We have 3 competitors from the U.S. competing here. Angie Dankins, Hope Spivey, and Joyce Wilborn. Now, our biggest hopes, of course, lie with Joyce Wilborn, because in floor and in vaulting, she's in the finals with a 9-8 in floor and a 9-9 in vaulting. And if she puts together a couple of vaults, she could be the first medal winner for the United States. In fact, she could be the first medal winner from any country from the Western world.
It's the individual apparatus finals.
And you're looking at the warm-ups for the vault, the first event in our apparatus finals. And we talk about a little bit in the opening about the top scores. It's kind of ironic, the draw kind of odd that the high scores in all the events, Kathy and Bart, are either leading off or in second place.
Tell you what, that can be an advantage and a disadvantage. It's sometimes good to go first, get it over with, and just apply the pressure to those after you. But also, sometimes with the judging, the scores tend to go higher, and they wait till those last girls go up.
This is still in the warm-up.
Первый опорный прыжок выполнит Joyce Wilborn, Соединенные Штаты.
Now, the first young lady that we're going to see, that was a Soviet that you saw warming up right there. But Joyce Wilborn of the United States, she finished with the second highest score in the team competition. She came away with a 9.90. You're looking at her right now. She's 15 years of age, from Patterson, New Jersey. Attends John F. Kennedy School there, trains at the North Stars Gymnastics Academy. What they will do with the women's score is each lady will take 2 vaults, and they'll average out the scores of the 2 vaults, add them to the preliminary score. That'll come up with our final score.
And we talked about high hopes. Joyce is the first competitor. We talked about the advantages and the disadvantages of being in that position. We're going to know right here. She's got to do 2 vaults, and she's got to stick them if she hopes to get a medal here.
Joyce Wilborn.
The first vault will be a layout with a full twist. Oh, a layout to the hole.
And she set the landing perfectly.
She changed her strategy, because I talked to the coaches before, and she was going to do the full twist first and then the layout. That's actually the weaker of her 2 vaults, but she does it so magnificent. Look at the height. And a great landing.
As we mentioned earlier, she had a 9.9 in the team competition. The field in this 8-member vault field, there were 2 9.9s and a 9.95.
And actually, Charlie, the rest of the 6 competitors are basically out of the competition, because it's very hard to make up a couple of tenths of points here in the event finals. Joyce is going to do her second vault, which will be the same vault that we just saw with a full twist. It's that much harder.
Well, these are the scores from her first vault, which is about a 9.8 average. And they'll take this score, add it to her second vault score, and then average the 2 scores.
You know, all week long we've been seeing 4 judges, but in the final competition they're using 6 judges per event.
9.775 is the score for Joyce Wilborn on her first vault.
Now, this is the crucial vault. It's much more difficult, and as you said earlier, Bart, the key to winning a medal here is going to be sticking the landing.
Second vault for Joyce Wilborn.
She can do this vault better than anyone else in the world if she can just stick.
Oh! Step on the end. She was picture perfect until the landing.
It was a gorgeous vault, great height. The most impressive part about it was the distance from the horse.
In fact, she looked a couple of feet farther than she actually did in the preliminary competition. The step will probably cost her a tenth of a point. But still a very fine effort.
And it was a good chance for her to pick up at least a silver medal, possibly even a gold, depending on some of the other contestants who are following her, like Shevchenko, who's next, and look, not bad second score either. They'll average the 2. 9.775, I believe. similar to her first score right there. 6 judges again.
You drop the high and the low, and you average the 4 in the middle. And, of course, it looks like to me the average there. Oh, one of the scores came up. Well, still, I think it'll be a 9.8 average.
We're enjoying the competition here. We've enjoyed it for the last three days. The women have just been fantastic. As we look at Joyce Wilborn, she's awaiting her score.
And there's Don Peters, her coach, the coach of the American team at this competition. He's adding up the points as well.
9.80 for her second score. So her average will be 9.788 for Joyce Wilborn. As we look at Shevchenko of the Soviet Union, Yelena Shevchenko, 9.9 in the preliminary.
And she is a dynamite gymnast, very new on the Soviet team. She performs a double twisting suit. Now, I'll be interested to see if she does it first.
Yelena Shevchenko, Soviet Union.
She is 14 years of age. She didn't even make the all-around, even though she tied Oksana Omelianchik for 3rd place. That shows you how deep the Soviet team is.
Now, she does a different approach to the board. She does a round-off just before hitting the board and goes backwards to the horse. Layout full twist. An excellent vault.
She needs also, Shevchenko, a 9.788. Now, our current leader, as we watch the replay of Shevchenko, is Joyce Wilborn of the United States with a 19.688. They both came in with 9.9. So in order to tie our current leader, Wilborn, Shevchenko needs a 9.788 average.
Now keep in mind, both scores count on both of these vaults, and she is going to perform a double twisting souk.
I think it's important to note here as well that a score of 19.688 is deceiving on the scoreboard because the score is actually 19.6875. Because they don't have enough places on the scoreboard, they're rounding it up to 19.688.
9.9 on the first vault for Shevchenko. So if she comes close, she becomes the current leader.
And she's going to do this double twist, I'll bet you. Don't you think, Cav?
Oh, I'm sure she will.
She does this
very
vault,
risky vault.
the same vault that she did in the last run, except this time she's going to crank one more twist in there. We saw her do it in the team competition, and it is unbelievable.
She tied for 2nd in the team competition.
Oh, what a vault!
And had no problems with the landing.
Beautiful position. You know, it didn't seem to me like she got quite as good of a push as she did on the first vault because she was so anxious to get cranking on that double twist.
She really didn't, and if you watch the landing, it's a little bit off. One foot slightly in front of the other, but it's so quick that the judges won't really take off for that.
We slowed it down and had trouble seeing it. Look at that, 9 9s across the board. So she's got the 9.9 that she needs, and she goes out in front for a total